Everybody, so this is what Deku was a king or prince part 1. Now, basically, Deku's family is going to be a group of immortals, not like vampires or werewolves, just immortal. They're just immortal. They don't have any special strengths or agility or speed. They're just, you know, they can live forever and they can't be killed. So Deku's family is basically the average, king, queen. Now Deku is technically the first quirk user because Deku does have a extra power other than his other family, like his mother and father. Deku has a quirk called Sword. Deku can summon any type of sword or weapon of any sort of, sharp, pretty much quantity. Now, he can't summon arrows, but he can summon, knives or swords. Any type of knife or sword. A pocket knife, a freaking Excalibur sword, any type of sword, knife, or any sharp object similar to a knife or a sword. Nothing else. He cannot summon a gun, RPG, nothing, just swords that he can imagine in his head, and he can imbue them with different powers. Like he can make a fire sword, a lightning sword, a speed sword that makes it super fast, so it's like a rocket powered sword. So yeah, stuff like that. Deku also, when he uses his sword power, Deku becomes more, balanced and more faster than the average human, but not to a point like superhuman speed. About the same speed to, dodge a bullet like Matrix type of stuff, but not to a point they can freaking dodge thousands of bullets. But yeah, so Deku basically is born into this family, given the role of, king after his father died. Deku was about 16, and in this time frame, 16 was about the okay age for a prince to take the role of a king, if the king ever died. So Deku was given the role of the king. Before that, it was a whole entire, war waged on Deku's clan. Deku's clan did win, but it was a secret agent in there that that decapitated Deku's mother and stored her into a coffin, keeping her head away from her. Now, the only way you can't really kill Deku's family, but you can take them out for forever by you decapitating them and keeping their head about 10 feet or farther away from them. So yeah. So Deku, that's the only way. You can't really, you can't really kill them. You can, put them up like for storage or something. I don't know. Pretty much kind of like that. So Deku goes home. Um. Oh, sorry guys. Deku goes home. After whole entire situation with his mother, and gets ready for another war. But he gets stopped. They get bombarded by the second wave of attacks from the second war because they did, get the signal in from the sneaking spy. Now everybody rushed in there, killed all of Deku's, people, and took them out with ease. Deku was about to, fight the last regard, but Deku's cousin, his close family member, said we have to flee now. Deku didn't want to flee, but his brother gassed him with some sort of dust and took him away. Deku's brother pretty much decapitated Deku and put his head into a separate, a silver box or crate, and put his body into a coffin, throwing it out into the water, but chaining the box right underneath Deku's coffin, so Deku wouldn't lose his head. Deku was sent into the ocean, and then Deku's cousin was later after that found and killed, or, decapitated. So Deku drifted in the water, being pushed side to side, eventually winding up on pretty much a beach, staying there for all of eternity until, one day. Now, now, the beach Deku landed on, Deku's been in the ocean for thousands and thousands and millions of generations, being in, the deepest, darkest, widest areas of the ocean, only being picked up on Daigyo Beach two months before the 10-month art training. Now, Deku didn't exist. Since this is Deku, Bakugo, has a lot more confidence in himself, and Bakugo, doesn't know Deku. So Bakugo's life is kind of the same, sort of. Now, now Deku is taken in by some people that fight him on the beach side. They take him to, the heroes. The heroes, and they pretty much, the heroes gather up, seeing that it's some sort of marking from an ancient, pretty much, an ancient, kingdom that used to live here in the middle smack dam in Japan. They opened the gate and they saw a dead corpse, Deku's corpse. They saw it and it was the markings and emblems of the old kingdom that used to live in Japan. They were confused and said, so this must be the young prince in the stories. Deku starts moving a little bit, trying to look for his head. So Deku's head is underneath the coffin. Deku's trying to move it to get towards it. They look around, they look at the corpse saying, is that some sort of zombie? Endeavor's about to burn it alive. But a green a green sword emerges from Deku's body, and Deku pretty much cuts into the chains underneath him, breaking the box, putting his head back on, screwing it back on. Deku wakes up and looks around, seeing that all these people are around him in some sort of, weird clothing. After that, they pretty much talk down Deku. Deku's about to fight each one of them. It pretty much summons a magical sword. Sorry guys, if I do that wrong. He summons a magical sword, throwing it straight for Endeavor. Endeavor dodges it, but Thor hammers it back to Deku's hand and starts slicing and cutting and pretty much cutting and stabbing into villains. Heroes, pushing them back just enough for Deku to go for a run for it. Deku gets out of the building and looks around and sees all these buildings, cars, and all sorts of things, and people walking around with weird, appearances, saying that you're demons, you're all demons, pretty much eventually being knocked out by All Might from the back. And All Might takes Deku to a secret facility with all the other heroes surrounding Deku, explaining to them, asking Deku, what is he? Deku explains that I am the immortal race. I am the Midoriya family. I am royalty. Let me go. They pretty much said, oh, wait, immortals? Deku explains that his family are immortals, and the only way they can kill them, or per se, put them away, is decapitation and keeping their head away from them. But not for long. If you keep the head nearby long, shorter than 10 feet, the body can move on itself and grab the head and put it back on. That's kind of cool. So pretty much, pro hero there called Mirko says, so kid, you're supposed to be some sort of, hero of some sorts? Deku says, no, I'm a king. Heroes are for, being a hero is for the weak and the stupid. Getting a hero will get you killed. Being a hero will get you killed. Deku looks around and all the heroes are going like, kid, everybody in the world wants to be a hero. Deku says, what? They explain more about, the world and how it's changed, and how Quark started thinking everybody in the world has powers, like your immortality. Deku says, that's amazing. I'm very sorry for the people I called, demons in the street. They just look so weird. But All says, I understand, but kid, we're gonna have to take you in and, um, properly educate you on the world. So they get Deku a little bit run through, they monitor Deku, find out what Deku's power is, saying that Deku does have a quirk, or per se, a power. Deku says it's a power, it's a gift from our family, and they do an x-ray and they find out Deku is the very first quirk user ever, older than battery, that light bulb got kid that can, glow his body. So Deku sees this and automatically says that, so I'm your savior. I'm the one that started the quirk trend. Deku, All Might says, no, your family has quirks. But yeah, per se, yeah, he did. You're the last, oldest quirk user in the universe right now. In the world. Deku says, oh, that's amazing. I accomplished something my family never did. So, have you ever found my other family? But All Might and pretty much everybody says, your family is immortal. We haven't found any coffins like yours since you came here. We don't even know what your coffin was like for. So pretty much, Deku says, so my family's out there somewhere, but I just don't know what. So Deku's family is spread around the whole entire world in different coffins in different museums or basements or just in the bottom of the ocean at this point. So Deku pretty much says, so what am I supposed to do while I'm here? They said, well, train. You want to become a hero, right? You say you were a hero, you were a prince in your stories of, being a king as you were younger. Deku says, yeah, but that was when I was young and I was stupid. They said, you don't have a responsibility here. You can be whoever you want to be. Deku smiles and says, whoever I want to be. And pretty much gets ready. So Deku gets into pretty much, his normal street clothes that he wore when he fought, Bakugo in canon. And walked, into the road, getting ready for his first day in this civilization, this planet you call Earth. Well, he doesn't know his planet, but like this timeline you call 2019. Walks into, Japan and gets ready. So Deku walking around and he sees a girl getting mugged. Deku summons an emerald knife in his hand and goes for the guy, stabbing him straight into the stomach, pushing him into a trash can, knocking him out. Deku looks over to the girl and says, "You're okay, ma'am," and she says, "Thank you," and slowly walks off. So Deku looks at the ma'am and says that she's kind of, scary, and that woman kind of looks like Deku's mother. Now that woman was Inko, but Inko, the real Inko is, Deku's mother. That's just Inko's doppelganger. If you don't know what a doppelganger is, it's basically just your lookalike, like your lookalike, but you're not related to them. So Deku walks back into, the hero place where he was taught in and says that I just stopped the muggery. And Miracle says, oh, stop the muggery. Okay, kid. So I'm going to be shipping Deku with any pro heroes. So guys, go in the comments if you want me to do that. So Deku after that goes to the entrance exam because pretty much he doesn't really go to the entrance exam. He gets let in because he gets a recommendation from principal. I don't even know his name. I forgot his name. So principal whatever his name is, and Deku goes to UA. Deku is in the class first than everybody else, and pretty much everybody else walks in. Deku sees a brunette, a black-haired girl, and a white-haired girl. And this white-haired girl is gonna be our main shipper. It's grown up Eerie. Yep, guys, I'm doing it. It's 16-year-old. It's 16-year-old Eerie. Now, Eerie is actually born into a different family. Eerie isn't abducted by one overhaul. This Eerie is actually Eerie's doppelganger. Now, the real Eerie, like, the little kid Eerie, she still exists. She's still being tortured by one for all. I mean, overhaul. But this Eerie is Eerie's doppelganger slash cousin slash, long lost relative that no one knows about, even overhaul. So she does have a quirk similar to Erie's. She can speed up things. She can't rewind. Her quirk is called speed up. She can speed up things like speed up a person to when they were like 90 years old, or stop somebody from aging. She can't rewind, but she can stop or, speed up. So yeah, Erie's pretty strong and OP, like, her cousin Erie, like little kid Erie. So pretty much Erie sits next to Deku, and thinking that Deku's cute, flirting with Deku a little bit. Deku flirts back, and eventually, Azawa walks in class, explains to the class they're doing quirk assessments, and they go outside. Deku grabs the ball first out of Azawa's hand. Azawa gets a little angry by this, but he just, shrugs it off because he's way too tired for this bullshit. So Deku throws the ball up in the air, summons a giant, like, flat-sided sword, and uses the sword as a bat. Uses the flat side of the sword as a bat, hitting the sword about the same height as Bakugo's throw. For the long jump, Deku aces it. For the Race Deku doesn't do that good. Gets about 4th place. For the grip test strength, Deku gets about 6th place because he doesn't have any superhuman strength. Deku almost gets expelled, but he doesn't get expelled because he did technically live in UA when he woke up in this timeline. So Mineta gets expelled. It's up to you in the comments. Any of you want me to replace Mineta with anybody else, or you just want me to keep Mineta in there. So yeah. So after that, everybody's told to go home, but Deku goes back to his house, and pretty much, well, not his house, the UA, a UA, building that's owned by UA, a mansion that's owned by UA. Deku lives there. Deku goes to sleep there, and guys, I'm not really feeling this what if, but if you guys feel it, up to you guys. I'm gonna get it off here, guys. Plus, I'm super tired, so I don't even know why I did this. But see you guys later. Bye.